Hey, my name is Liz and I sell on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. Today I have a different kind of haul. So I have a pretty small but mighty haul from a store called Retail 101, which is a Anthropologie and Free People and Urban Outfitters warehouse, clearance center, one of those places. There's a lot called Reclectic that have been popping up. I haven't been to any of those. I've only ever been to this one that's in Connecticut. So I don't have anything to compare it to, but this was the third time that I've gone. My sister and I took the ride up yesterday, and every time it has really great stuff. They kind of do tiers of pricing. So if you just want to jump to the haul, I'll try and put timestamps in, but I'll explain a little bit about it for people who haven't heard about them before. But they have clothes, some new with tags, some not new with tags. Some have, I don't think I got any with it, but some have the little barcode on them, which means they were part of Newly, Anthropologie's subscription service. So some have been worn, but still in okay condition. Some pieces you look at and it has a huge rip, or you can clearly tell it's been worn. So I try to stay away from those for the purposes of reselling, but lots of new with tag things. Yesterday when I went, they had the most formal pieces that I've seen since we've gone here. They had tons and tons of Beholden dresses. So Beholden is their kind of wedding bridesmaid line. They sell wedding dresses through just normal formal dresses you would wear as a guest to an event. They had hundreds of them, which was really nice to see because those are higher priced pieces, so it feels a little more worth it to pay up for them. They do kind of tier 1, 2, and 3 pricing. So the lowest level was a lot of brands I think they also have Nordstrom or Macy's, some kind of department store items as well. But they have a lot of those in tier 1. There was Free People stuff without tags or lower cost Free People items. They had some Anthropologie items that were lower levels of the price structure for Anthropologie. But a lot of those pieces are Calvin Klein and Nordstrom Rack brands, Treasure and Bond. I saw quite a lot of. So that tier I only found a couple things from. But the middle tier is kind of where you find the diamond in the roughs, I think. The first tier for dresses was $24.99. The second tier for dresses is $34.99. And then the third tier is $59.99, but they were doing 25% off of those, so that was actually a really great deal. They have everything from pants and shirts and bathing suits, and they have furniture and decor and stuff as well, but I heavily focused on the dresses because for the price points I find that those give me the most bang for my buck. So I will jump in. If anyone has any questions about it, let me know in the comments, but I didn't buy enough to be considered a reseller, but they had signs saying that if you were buying more than 20 pieces, you had to give them your information, that they were assuming you were a reseller and they wanted to know your account information. So I didn't reach that point, so I don't know what that was all about. But I think I only got 15 pieces. So the first one here is a dress from Sync Accept. I don't think Anthropologie carries this brand, So this must be from Nordstrom. This is a long sleeve chiffon dress. It retailed for just under $400. This one does not have a tag. It just has like the string for the tag. And you'll see that all the brands are like have a line through them. I don't care. I take a picture of the tag and it's in the listing. So anyone who's buying it knows that the tag is going to look like that. This is a really cute dress. For this price point, you'd think maybe this was silk or something, but no, it is 100% polyester, which is crazy to me, but I think I have this listed for $100. I have everything listed already, and the lowest item I have listed is a top for $60, and the highest item is at $300. So I think for what I paid for everything, it was worth it. That one was a tier 2 dress, I believe, so I paid $35 for that, which is, I know, expensive. I only do this. This is only the 3rd time I've gone, so I just like to have some higher end pieces in my closet sometimes. Plus, I got a couple things for myself, so it's fun to me. This is the only shirt I got to sell, and it ended up being a little more expensive than I thought it was going to be, but it's fine because it retailed for $100 for this little crocheted tank top, and it's an XL. But this is Frankie's Bikinis. It's actually a collab that they did with with Urban Outfitters. So I don't know if they normally sell Frankie's Bikinis, but it's this little crochet top. I have it listed for $60, and I think it already has 2 likes on it. So that's definitely a brand to be aware of. I thought that was going to be like $10, but ended up being $15. Not the end of the world, just more than I would normally pay for a shirt like that. This brand is Sachin and Babi. I don't know exactly how you say it. I have sold it a few times now, and it does really well for me every time. It is sold at BHLDN, which this one is clearly new with tags. But this is like the BHLDN symbol, and I think I have a dress that has that as the brand, so I'll show you what that tag looks like in a little bit. But Sachin and Babi, anytime I've picked it up, it has gotten a ton of likes in my closet, and it has sold well. So this is a midi dress with a big bow on it. It's navy blue, and it's really pretty. The stock pictures are really pretty. This already has a couple likes after just a few hours listed in my closet. It's like a taffeta material, so I think that it's formal enough that you could really dress this up and wear this to a lot of events, even though it's not full length. I think you could definitely get away with this for a formal event. This retailed for almost, you'll see it in my listing here. I want to say it was close to $400, so, or at least over almost, it's either $300 or $400, but very expensive. Not a lot of them listed. There was still some sizes available for sale on Anthropologie's website too, so that's awesome. This one I paid, I believe, the $44 price point, which is normally $60. But that sale was awesome, and I wish I had bought more, but it kind of gets overwhelming in there. And I mean, I spent about $400, so it's an investment, and hopefully a few of these sell quickly and I can make that back. But there's just so many pieces to look at that even with both my sister and I looking, we spent about 3 hours there, and we said, all right, we're kind of done with this. This is another piece from that brand, and here's the tag again. This one I paid $35 for. It's long sleeve in white with this like textured material. A few of the pieces I have sold previously from this brand have also been white dresses. It's very popular for girls to wear for rehearsal dinners or like a second wedding dress, bridal shower, that kind of stuff. So I think that's part of what brings a lot of attention to them in my closet, because people are looking for bridal event dresses. Also new with tags. This one I believe I have listed for $150, and it's a size 16 too, which is great. And this one is, I think, the last dress I picked up from that brand. And this one is a size 8, and this dress is amazing. It is a true like black tie gown. Floor length, has a little train on it, and then it has this huge bow on the back, and the bow strings go all the way to the floor as well. This one I think retailed for almost $500. I have this listed for $200 or $250, I can't remember. You'll see that though. And this one I paid that $44 for. There was this same dress in pink that I saw and I had in my cart, but it had a lot of dirt on the bottom, and it wasn't just wiping off, and I didn't want to worry about getting that cleaned, or if it was or wasn't going to come off for someone. But this one was in great shape. So this one is one of my favorite pieces that I got for the day. And this one is another bridesmaid dress or wedding dress. You could wear this and not be a bridesmaid, but the brand is Cynthia and Sahar, I think is how you say it. I paid $35 for this one, and we didn't even realize it right away, but it's actually the dress I wore to my sister's wedding in a different color. So it sits off the shoulder, and it's like a stretch satin, so it was really comfortable all day. It has a slit and like pretty draping on the front of it. I think this dress retails for almost $300. So someone who does need this for a wedding is going to be excited to find it. On Poshmark, I think I have this listed for $150, so about half of retail. And it is brand new because it still has the like pads that you can put in attached to it. So no one's worn it with those in it, but it doesn't have a physical tag. But great piece. And these are two kind of lower end dresses. They're still expensive, but compared to some of these other pieces, this one is Maeve from Anthropologie. It already has 5 likes in my closet, which kind of surprised me because I thought this would be more of like a fall winter piece, and it's Memorial Day weekend when I'm filming this. This retailed for $158, size large, new with the tags. They had quite a few of these, and I ended up just picking one that had the tag on it because I figured I can get a little bit more for having the tag. So this is a fun dress. It has a fun waistline with these kind of poofy sides on it. So apparently this one is pretty popular to have 4 likes kind of out of season. So I was a little surprised by that. I think I have that listed at $75. And then this one is Free People. And I thought the style of this was really fun. This one has a couple of likes as well. This one is an extra large and new with tags for $148. And I think I have this listed at $70. And both of these dresses were that tier 1, so I only paid $25 for them. This was the kind of hidden winner of the day. It is a brand I've never heard of before, but it's a very bridal dress. It's a one shoulder with this huge bow on it, and then it has a little side cutout. It is new with tags, both from that Beholden tag, and then the brand is Helen O'Connor, Like I said, never heard of this before. There is no cell service in this building, which stinks because I would definitely look up pieces if I could. I don't have any regrets today, but last time I went, there was one or two that I maybe would have passed on, just based on the comps that I couldn't really tell until after I left. This one, I actually took a picture of the tag, left my cart with my sister, and went out to look it up because I was paying that $45 price point for this one. And I'm so glad that I picked this up. I have this listed for $300. You could totally wear this as a reception dress for your wedding or rehearsal dinner. If you're not even, having a fancy wedding, you could wear this as your wedding dress. So this one retailed for like $600, something totally crazy. And there was none listed in my size, and it's sold out online. So if someone's looking for this, they have to come to somewhere like Poshmark. So I was really excited that this ended up being such a winner. Then the last pieces are things I got for myself. So it's just 3 pieces. I grabbed this Free People sweater. It's like a tunic. It's new without tags because it has this still attached to it. I wouldn't have paid the $20 for this to resell, but for myself, that is a great deal for a sweater. Free People sweaters are some of my favorites that I wear all winter. The last 2 pieces are formal dresses that I got for myself. I have 4 weddings this year that I get to go to for our friends and family. So one of them is black tie, and I think that I will be wearing this dress to that one. This dress is a satin halter neck, and this is that beholden tag that I mentioned. So it's floor length with a little bit of a train with this really pretty neckline in kind of a sage green color. And oh no, those aren't spots, they're just kind of the satin itself. I got scared there, but no, we're okay, I think. So yeah, I'm really excited to get a black tie dress for $45. And then the last piece is another formal dress, and this one is velvet, so probably wearing this to one of the fall weddings. It's this pretty pink color. It sits off the shoulder, and this one is also from Beholden. And both of these I paid that $45 for, which is so great for dresses like this, especially for yourself. So this one, I love wearing velvet dresses. I think they're so fun. So can't wear that to an August wedding, but I think I will be wearing this in November. So that is everything I got. My sister got a few pieces for herself, and she got a few men's pieces as well, and a pair of shoes that were only $10 from Urban Outfitters. So the shoes I think are a little expensive for reselling purposes. A lot of them are Free People shoes, which I don't usually have the best of luck with selling, and they started at $30, and for boots were $50. So I think that's a little expensive unless it was a pretty high-end brand. I didn't see anything like Stuart Weitzman boots, or because I know Anthropologie sometimes sells those. Nothing designer in terms of shoes. Most of them were Free People, a lot of Steve Madden, some Jeffrey Campbell, but I don't really buy Jeffrey Campbell at that price point. So I didn't pick any of those up. And I didn't even look in the men's clothes. I was mostly focused on the women's stuff, but I think I got some pretty good items. You'll see all the price points that I have here. Let me know if you think these are paying way too much up for these kind of items, or if I got some good deals on some of these pieces. I tried to be a little smarter with what I was picking up this time and going more for those really high-end pieces than much free people, because I figured that would be less saturated and warrant that higher price. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.